Hi guys, welcome back. Today I have my Breyerfest 2026 haul. I apologize for the glare on my ring lights on the boxes. It was either that or a huge glare across all of the boxes from my window. We're just gonna have to deal with this. We'll start with my celebration horses. I had 4 all access tickets this year because I really liked the special runs. So I ended up with 4 Corgi Hill Flinkas. I will be selling 2 of them. I like to keep one in box. And I thought I was gonna, not really want to keep these because it's a plain color. But I ended up actually really liking her. So I'm going to keep one out of the box and one in box, and then I'll sell my other 2. I also wanted to do a little bit of an unboxing because I kept all of my store models in box. So I'm going to pick out my favorite copy of these and then I'll unbox her and show you guys. Alright, and here she is. 2 in the back I will be selling. I went and put the other one on my shelf. I actually ended up liking her so much. I thought she was cute when she was revealed, but now that I have her in hand, I love her. She does have some little factory flaws, which, I mean, is to be expected. There's a lot of her. There's her stamp. It's so crazy that Breyerfest is over now. I'm getting like Breyerfest blues, like I miss Breyerfest. Even though this year was not one of my favorites, I still am just like upset that it's over. Anyways, let's move on to my event stablemates. So I got 2 Helsinkis and 2 Copenhagens. Could have gotten all 4 of the stablemates, but I really didn't like the other ones. So I thought I could just take my pick of these 4 and sell the extra 2. I did not know Helsinki was so popular. I'm surprised I was able to get 2 of him. I was only able to go up on Saturday because I was at the open show Thursday and Friday. But these were my 2 favorites even when they were first revealed, and I didn't like them. But they have grown on me, so I think I will be keeping 2 and selling 2. I thought I'd pick them up because they come with my tickets anyway, so might as well just get them. But here is Copenhagen. He is really pretty. He's a really pretty glossy red, which I don't think I have a red decorator stablemate, so I don't know, I just really like him. I'm not gonna take all of them out because they're the same thing. And then here is Helsinki. I honestly can't decide out of these 2 which one is my favorite. I love them. There was a lot of red and blue this year, I feel like, but maybe that's just the models I got. Now we're going to move on to my store models. And next we have the Crystal Skogafoss. I got him from the store. I also got the plushie, but I ordered her online, so when she comes in the mail with my stablemates, I will do an unboxing video. I'll probably just do like a reel and I guess post it as a short on YouTube. This video is on YouTube, okay. Anyways, if you'd like to see more, you can follow my Instagram. It's at Mojo's Models. Go follow me. Post way more on there. So anyways, let's open the crystal. I get one every year. I've broken 2 crystals in my life and had to replace them. Let's try not to break this one. He is an Icelandic horse. I think he's like shrunken or something from a different model. They usually shrink traditionals, but I think this mold particularly was maybe porcelain or something and they made it into a crystal. I think he's adorable. Like, he looks really sassy to me. I don't know. And I love Icelandic horses. I grew up with saddlebreds, so I just have like an appreciation for all gated breeds because of that. Also, my first year going to Breyerfest in 2016, there was a guest horse that was an Icelandic horse, I just kind of started loving them after that. I guess we'll get into the plastic. Before we get into the guest horses, we'll just do the, I guess, miscellaneous horses. I don't know. Anyways, if you watched my opinions video, you know that I was on the fence about this Dala horse inspired. Delarna is her name. But I saw her in person at the Artisans Gallery before Breyerfest even started, and I decided I really liked her. They made her glossy, which I really like. I feel like if she was matte, I wouldn't like her as much, but it makes the color just kind of pop. I guess I didn't look very well. She does have a bit of a factory flaw on her tail where it's kind of, the blue is kind of on her leg. Anyways, let's unbox her. Here is the back of her box in case you wanted to see. But yeah, you see this Dala horse? That is what she's inspired by. And here's the back of Flinka's box. I forgot to show you guys. Alright, here is Delarna. I used to always get the classics, the, what is it, decorator classics. Look, she was hiding this factory flaw. Oh well. When I was a kid, I loved getting the decorator classics from Breyerfest. So this kind of takes me back. But she's super cute. The markings on her are actually really nice. Her only issue is this, which is really not that big of a deal because you display her from this side. I was talking about this blue kind of being in the red. You can see it's kind of mixed there, which is fine. I really don't care. So there she is. Now we'll move on to the guest horses. The first limited edition I got is Vendor from Della Leaf. I was unsure about this one at first, but seeing him in person, I really liked his color. And I'm not like a hater of this mold, so I thought I'd get him. But yeah, he is the Icelandic guest horse. I got to see him in the arena for just a little bit, I think. Alright, here he is out of box. Trying to adjust my light to where you can see. But he's a really pretty color. I love the contrast between his mane and his body color. On his offside, which was against the box, he does have a tiny little shiny mark. I don't know if you can see, but it's visible to me. There you go. You can see there if I hold him up to the light, which that might be fixable with an eraser. If you didn't know, sometimes you can remove shiny marks with an eraser, and then he does have a little mark on his tail, which is fine. It's fine, guys. If I wanted live show quality models, I just go to the Clarion. It's where I can actually pick them up and look at them. Also, this year might have been the last Clarion year. I hope not, but it may have been. Anyways, okay, let's move on. Alright, next is Oyvind. This was probably my favorite of the guest horse models this year. I tried to handpick him and like look for any flaws, but I'm not really good at handpicking. So we'll see if he's decent. I really love this mold and Gotland ponies, so it's perfect. You may have wanted to see the back of the boxes. I'm sorry. There's Vindor's. And here is Oyvind's. And that is how you pronounce it. I saw him and his little Gotland pony friends in the covered arena, and the announcer did say Oyvind. Here he is. I think I did get a good copy. I was kind of worried. I tried to make sure the mane didn't have a lot of overspray. That's mainly what I was looking for. Great. I did get one with a little mark. It's alright. But I saw a lot of them had overspray where the mane meets the shoulder. I just really love this pony mold. He is so cute. but I think he's pretty decent. I also saw a lot of them had like a lot of red up here on the top of their mane where it wasn't really blended that well. But this guy, I think I chose pretty well, despite the tiny little flaws that he does have. I feel like I'd still show him with this because you could just show him from this side, right? Right, guys? Does it matter? I don't know. Anyways, I did get all of the guest horse limited editions. So next is Pixis of Dramarna. So this is Pixis. He was probably my favorite guest horse. I think I just said that about the Gotland pony. These two are my favorite. Seeing this horse in person, he was so pretty. The model doesn't do the real horse justice, but I really like this mold and I love knabstruppers, so this is perfect. This is perfect. I already said that about the Gotland pony. Let's unbox him. I keep forgetting to show you guys the back of the boxes, but here's the back of his. If you can see, it's not focusing. Yeah, there's the real horse, and this still doesn't do him justice. He's really tall in person. I am 6 feet tall, and he was still a tall horse to me, so that can put it into perspective, I guess. I can't decide between him and Oyvind for being my favorite of the limited editions, but he is so nice. I saw a lot of them had like overlining on the eye where the eye part, I guess, went outside of the actual eyeball, you know? So that's what I was looking for when trying to pick one. I guess I should have been looking for crisper markings, but this one looks pretty nice to me. But he is so pretty. And then his stamp. So yeah, there's Pixis. And now we can get into the special runs. I got 8 special runs with my 4 tickets. This guy I've had to keep separate, but this is here tier. But I love deer, so he's so perfect. And he's really cool. Yeah, I really like him. There's his stamp. It's blue. But yeah, he's super cool. I don't have much to say about him other than he's a deer. So yeah, let's move on to the horses. Alright, the first of the horses is Midnight Soul. I got 2 of this guy. I do Congo this mold, so I was hoping that they wouldn't do a split or any sort of variation, and they didn't. There's his stamp. This is the one I'm keeping. I'll show you guys the one I'm selling too. Then the Marin full set Birka and Reba. I hope this foal doesn't die because he's not wanting to stand. He has a little hammer on his face. That's what his marking is supposed to resemble. I love these two. They're so cute. And I really like these molds too. She's really pretty. I'm not usually a huge Appaloosa person, but this year they had a lot that I liked. And here's our other side. This is my second Midnight Soul. I got 2 because I ended up not really knowing about Letha, and I ended up not liking him, so just in case there was a variation, I put 2 on my preference forms. This is the one I will be selling. He's the exact same, and I don't need 2. of the exact same horse. So yeah, if you want to check out my eBay, you can go to my Instagram and find it, and he will be for sale on there as soon as I get around to taking pictures of him. Now, this is probably my favorite, or one of my favorite pools from last weekend. This is Glossy Oseberg, which is my preference. He is going for a lot, so I'm glad that I didn't have to pay resale price for him, but I absolutely love the Glossy. I like the matte too, and I might look for one, but the Glossy is just amazing, and he's gigantic. He's such a big horse. I love Glossy bays. And now that I have him, I have a little mini Othello conga because I had two before, and he will make three. And now on to my Scandi surprise pools. So the mold was Vermeer, which I kind of thought it would be. I was also kind of hoping for Shenandoah. But anyways, I pulled one Glossy. I got the Glossy Champagne, which I didn't really like at first, but I might hold on to him for a while because he's starting to grow on me. This was probably the least favorite variation. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold on to him. But there he is. Okay, my next pull is the Matte Appaloosa. This was probably one of my favorite variations, along with many other people, so I was really hoping I would pull him so I wouldn't have to track him down. I also really liked the Bay Roan, but I didn't get him, so I have to track him down. But I love this. Again, this is from someone that doesn't really like Appaloosas, but this year I don't know, I changed my mind this year. But he is so pretty. I love that it's not just a few spots, like he has a lot of spots and dark legs. I think that's my thing, is horses with a lot of white. I just don't really like them that much, but I do like this guy. My last Scandi surprise pool is the Matte Bay. I absolutely love this variation. You know I love bays. He is so pretty. I was going to try to trade for the Bay Roan, but I couldn't find a trade, which this is probably another one of my favorites. The only favorite I didn't get was the Bay Roan, which is fine. He has subtle dappling. Yeah, honestly, other than the champagne and the decorator, I liked every variation there was. So that is all for my Breyerfest exclusive models. Now we can move on to my Clarion finds and my Equilocity horses. Okay, now I'll show you guys what I got from the Stone Equilocity event. I came home with two horses, but I bought four. I sent one back to Indiana to be glossed, and then I also won an auction model after Equilocity had ended. Their auction ended on Tuesday, so I did get one, and I'll show you guys which one I got when it gets here. But for now, I just have the two that I came home with. If you know me, you know I had to get an ideal stock horse. This is Castle of Sand. I forgot who painted the horses, so I won't be able to name them, I'm sorry. He is really pretty. There's his dorsal stripe. I was debating so hard between all of the issues in there, but if you look, his socks have like etching to make them more realistic. But yeah, this guy is super cute. And then I got my first stone pony. I have been wanting a pony for a while, but I've never committed to it. This is Marvin. He is a chestnut pinto. I love his coloring so much. It's such a soft color. Yeah, that's my Equilocity haul for now. I have two more. So, keep an eye out for that unboxing video. Alright, now for my Clarion finds. I feel like I did really good this year with my finds. Probably the most exciting for my conga, I got Daytona. I picked him up Wednesday when I arrived in Kentucky, and he got a second place in breed. On Friday, I decided to show him in a third place in collectability, so he was definitely worth it. He's probably my favorite other than one other I'm going to show you. Now, any of my Smarties are probably my favorite. There are only 88 of him, and I thought I'd never find him because he's quite rare, and I thought I'd never be able to afford him. And now it's making me want to try to get the raffle models. I don't need to do that. We're just gonna go through all the Smarty Jones I bought. This year I found the Glossy Decorator Dark Horse Surprise. Last year I got the matte, and this year I was able to track down a Glossy. This was another pickup from Lynn Focal Leg on Thursday or Friday. I think it was Friday. I met her at the swap meet and picked up this guy along with the next guy I'm going to show you. I have almost all the Dark Horse Surprises I need to complete that version of my conga. I'm only a few away. I'm like 3 away from completing my conga, and I'm absolutely dying. I wish I could just get all of them, but you have to remember when you are collecting that it's not trying to get them all at once, because I've really enjoyed searching throughout the years trying to get all of the models on Smarty Jones. And when I'm done, I'm not sure what I'll do. I'll probably just like explode, because then I'll have no purpose. Just kidding. I also want to conga the saddlebreds. So, lucky me, just constantly torturing myself. And next is Riley. I have been looking for Riley for a while, so I'm really happy to have him, and I picked him up from Lynn Focal Leg. The thing with him is he didn't come with his original gray stand, so he does stand a little funny, but I tried other stands on him, and I think it's just the horse. I think the horse is a little funky, so I might can try and repair him or see if there's a stand around that he stands up better in. But I also need Glossy Riley, so maybe if I can find one with the original stand, I can just switch them out for showing, and for now he can just hobble around on this one. I did even get a custom stand from a lady in the Clarion, and it still didn't work, so I think it's just him. And I've also noticed a lot of the Rileys that come up for sale are missing their original gray stand. So I don't know what it is about the people from 2008 who got him. I guess they just want to keep the gray stand for themselves. Or maybe they lost it. This is probably one of my favorites that I did not plan to get. This is Caipirinha. I'm sorry, I struggle to pronounce his name, so if it sounds terrible, I'm sorry. He was the volunteer model from 2016. I got the stablemate from the Best of Breyerfest set, and I was like, I really wish I had the traditional version of him. And there happened to be one in the Clarion for a price I was willing to pay, and he is in really nice condition. I love dapple grays, you might can tell by my haul you're about to see. I think I have one more, so it's really not that crazy. But yeah, he is super cool. Here's his stamp. The last of the traditional models is this Dapple Gray Stagecoach Surprise. So yeah, like I said, I like Dapple Grays. I did say I'm trying to, or I wanted to, conga the saddlebreds, the racking saddlebred and the saddlebred stallion that's just standing. I've kind of been working towards building my congas just little by little since I'm still focused on Smarty Jones, and especially since they had another Casimo come out, as they usually do. the year after the Premier Club, they make those models special runs or limited editions. That's the pattern, at least. So yeah, I have a lot of congas, and this is just one of them that's growing. I only have 2 complete ones. I really like this color variation. I wish I went in 2024, was it? Or was it 2023? It was 2023 when they did the driving forward and had this surprise. I wish I went, but I had gotten out of the hobby, so now I have to track down all of the stagecoach surprises. That's the last of my traditionals. Now I'll show you guys my stablemates. I bought quite a few saddlebred stablemates this year. First off is Navigator. She was a 2023 event stablemate. That was the driving forward theme. I would have loved going that year, but of course I just had to forget about Breyers. But next from last year is Red Letter Day. She was in the Best of Breyerfest set, which I didn't like all of the models in that set, but I did like this one. So I got her second hand. And then I got a bunch of mini winnies. I bought those like 3-pack barns. They don't stand like ever. So these are the ones I got out of the unicorn barn. I actually bought these from Buc-ee's, which is funny because my first purchase last year was from Buc-ee's, but it wasn't a Breyer. So those are my horses from the horse barn. And then of course I had to get surprise stablemates from the horse part gift shop. I felt through the bags and got 2 of these saddlebreds. And here is the other one. I wanted one to paint, and then of course I needed one for my conga. And I know I said I wanted an Albarozo. I said that I think in my last video. I did not find one that I was willing to pay so much for. If I'm going to be spending that much on a model, it needs to be almost completely flawless, you know? So I did not find one, but I did get these saddlebreds for a different conga, which I know you can't conga Albarozo, but I'm trying to conga the stablemates, so I want the traditional as well. And then mini winnies. I just can't pass up a blind bag. I don't know why, but I got 2 saddlebreds. I always get the saddlebreds. I wasn't even trying, but I got 2. I think I already have like 3 or 4. I just always get the saddlebred. And then this little Appaloosa. I love the mini winnies. I put them all over my shelves, but then they just fall over. So it's just like dead mini winnies all over my shelves. And here's the second saddlebred. Lastly, of the surprises, I got this paint horse stablemate. I don't know if I'm going to keep her as is or if I'm going to try to paint her. And the very last horse I got her from the covered arena, one of the vendors in the covered arena. I got this keychain who was a Breyerfest 2000 special run. I love her. She's my first keychain stablemate. And a lot of times the keychains go for a lot because there's not many of them. But this girl, she's not as rare, so I was able to get her. And I think she's so cute. So yeah, that is the end of my haul. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will be posting my experience video soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.